We have already had firing incidents, Tucker, out in the El Paso sector where cartel members are shooting across the border into the state of Texas, targeting Border Patrol agents. Last time I checked, that was an act of war. As a matter of fact, 30 years ago, as a young Army captain, I was deployed to Kuwait to protect their border against Saddam Hussein. But yet, here today, we find ourselves not protecting our own border. I find that very hypocritical and ironic.
Well, now you're speaking like a Texan, and I think, let me just ask you one question. It's a political question, but any governor, particularly this governor in this state, who took a stand to protect the other 49 states from what is an invasion that's ruining this country, anyone who did that would instantly be a leading candidate for president. People want that so badly. It just, on every level, on the level of duty, the moral level, and on a political level, it seems insane that he hasn't.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But my concern is not about a higher office. My
No,
concern
of
is about the
course.
safety and security of the citizens of Texas, and of course, like you just said, the other 49 states. These people, anytime you go out here in Texas on any of the major interstates, you're going to see tour buses all over the state of Texas. Those tour buses are not filled with tourists; they're filled with illegal immigrants. Driving down here, I'm in Harlingen, which is in Cameron County, close to the border here in the Rio Grande Valley. Many of the Customs and Border Patrol checkpoints are empty. They're being abandoned. They're deserted. Why? Because those Border Patrol assets are down there in Del Rio along that border. And guess what is happening? You got free reign. And so it is not just that little corridor where that bridge comes across in Del Rio. Think about the other 1,253 miles where people have
Exactly.
free reign to come across the border into the state of Texas, and there are no checkpoints out there. That's why Texas is the number one state in the United States of America, maybe number two, for human and sex trafficking. Dallas and Houston are the top two cities in America for sex trafficking. What
Yeah.
governor would want to sit around and allow his state to lead the nation in that category?
I think you just want a lot of support. Colonel Allen West, certainly for me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tucker.
So vaccine mandates have nothing to do with COVID. They have nothing to do even with vaccines. They have to do with forcing the population to bow to the will of a political party. And in the U.S. military, the effect has been devastating. One active duty U.S. Navy commander has just issued an urgent warning about what these mandates are doing to national security. That commander joins us straight ahead.
No, my context is as online, the data mining your personal information, getting you. If you come out strongly against the Rona regulations, if you come out strongly for the wall, the border wall, if there's certain issues that if you're for, then therefore you're an enemy of the Obama state, and they have ways of taking care of those of the enemy state, like breaking ribs in a political dissident's brother. Act like it's just, we're in our 40s and that's just everyday life, right? It just happens, right? It's a coincidence. Uncle hanging himself, a pastor, Christian, my uncle hanging himself some months before at Martha Dad's funeral, preaching to me that, yes, your dad got it right with Jesus before he died. And I know that he gave me a limp fish before I saw him last, and I hope he got right with me before he died. And my niece, heart attack 20, heart stop. My nephew, heart attack 20. All in so many years since the Obama administration. Me and my pastor, he dying. Barb Smith saying all three of her kids dead. My stepdad, Jack, dying. Of course, Terry Norris, that I went to Little League. I stayed in a house where we were state runners up, almost state champs. We beat the state champs once. We had to beat them twice to be state champs. We lost the second game. Me and Terry Norris lived in a DEA agent's house or whatever. Rich man, we were little kids, and Terry died. A swimmer died. A great swimmer. We weren't allowed to his funeral because he didn't want all of only immediate family, Russell or Russ. I talked to him some months, a couple months before he died. I seen him at the corner, a window. He was at a white girl's house, and he liked my dog, little killer dog. And he was like, "Hey, what's up, Kev? Are you like your dog?" I was like, "Oh yeah, you think he's cute? Huh? You think she's cute?" I started talking to him. That very dog with Sasha, the dog before her, like a poisonous dart, made her flip on her back right in front of me. Seriously, die right in front of me. After I was in the house, and I said, God could have your dog die or something. I went outside and Bandit, that was Sasha, Bandit, someone crushed her skull in my driveway in Chelsea, and her eyes bulged out of her head. I remember her as my best friend, dog. Didn't really get along with people. And then Angel, they somehow called her into the woods and timed it just right, where a car in the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department tried it once before when I was walking on Delaware or something. They had a dog outside at 3 o'clock in the morning in the front yard, so my dog would run after it. Then the owner would come out and pull him, deal with that, and Angel would be coming back toward me, and a Washtenaw County Sheriff patrol car, a SUV type, flies. I mean, going like 40 on that road. I guess they were hoping to kill Angel. Well, they finally did it the second time. My best friend other than the Holy Spirit, Angel, dog. My brother Andy is 4 or 5 broken ribs. Lonnie doesn't leave the house hardly, just to go to work, and he stays shut in.